On the 29th of May 2023, Nigeria got its, new and latest president, President Bola Tinubu. He was sworn in, and of course, Nigerians had hope, had a level of expectation as to who the new president is, especially with the drama that unveiled, before the election. One of the first thing that happened when Tinubu was sworn in is that even in his inaugural speech, despite the fact that the statement wasn't there, he declared that fuel subsidy, is gone. A statement that set the ball rolling for the administration and the government in the country rather. Now, 100 days is here. Tinubu spent the first 100 days in office, and everybody's been asking questions as to, oh, do you think this is better? Are you sure that is there hope? That like they used to say, is there light at the end of the tunnel? I don't. I would start by saying first, I don't see any light at the end of any tunnel, because for me, the first 100 days of the President Bola Tinubu, has not been calculative in any way. Some of the steps and decisions that have been made, especially with the first subsidy, because of course the first subsidy removal seems to be the most major decision made by the government so far, and then followed by that, you started sharing rice as palliative, dumping your responsibility of managing the economy and affairs of the country on state governors, using the state governors as a bait, for the inadequacies of the decisions or the decision that you have made to remove first subsidy. And then you announced to share 5 billion naira per state. I don't know how that makes sense, but if you remove subsidy with the intention of sharing the money, you could have as well leave subsidy. The problem of subsidy, we all know, is because we're not refining our own petrol ourselves. We're not refining our crude ourselves. Until we solve that problem, the cost of fueling, the cost of petrol, the cost of diesel, the cost of kerosene, and all that will remain the same. Subsidy removal would make it worse. As a matter of fact, if you have an intention of sharing palliative, subsidy removal, first subsidy itself is the palliative that goes to everybody in Nigeria. So why remove it if you have if the intention of removal is to be sharing the money and eventually, and then the decision, of course, the cabinet decision also came out, and it was a whole lot of drama. I also already have an expectation, of course, because ministers that are always appointed are often former governors from each state who failed to probably win an election, and that's what you see that happen in Osun, for instance. Former governors who failed to win elections, and that goes to the Senate or become minister, and which is not bad, of course, because of course it's political. The only thing I think is that the people who has been appointed as special advisors to the president on some matters are professionals, which of course I give it to him in that light. But I would say this, and it's my personal opinion. I disagree with using 100 days to access or to assess, how someone, that will spend close to over 1,000 days in office will perform. But then it's become something that we do here in Nigeria, or for states and for the country. But the bottom line is this: 100 days of the first 100 days of President Tinubu, I am not seeing light. I am not seeing strategy. I'm not seeing any form of readiness to implement plans that will transform the country. The president, he's traveled abroad to meet some, other countries, other presidents of other countries. But how does this translate to development in Nigeria? The cost of, the dollar exchange rate is going there every day, and all of that's happening under someone that was voted on the basis of understanding how to manage the country. I have not seen any difference from. In fact, it's even worse now under former President Buhari than under President Tinubu. So we need to look at these things. 100 days of President Tinubu, first 100 days of President Tinubu, I am not seeing any light.